Alright guys, how you doing today? So today I'm going over a topic that isn't new to anyone. It shouldn't be new to anyone. It's something that you're going through every day. And it shouldn't be something really too interesting that you catch on to. So whether this changes your mind or not doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the end goal. So what is the end goal, you ask? Well, my end goal is preventing global warming as much as we can. Now, listen, I know it sounds like a long shot, and it is, but every little thing helps. Every little thing helps. Trust me when I tell you, it helps. All right, so let me just recap on what global warming is, just in case some people don't know what it is. Global warming is basically the rise of temperature caused by increased levels of carbon dioxide. And this is caused by many things, us driving around, factories, doing what they do. It's caused by so many things, and we as humans have caused this problem to ourselves. We can't blame anybody but ourselves. So the finger is pointing to us. That's it. So the question is, are we going to fall in pieces just like the dinosaurs did a long time ago and go extinct? But this time we're not going extinct by a meteor. We're going to go extinct by killing ourselves because we were too selfish. You know, we didn't realize what was going on in our surroundings. The earth is falling apart and we just didn't care enough. Look, we have to understand that there are places that are already victims of global warming. Believe it or not, but places even in the USA, United States of America, we're going through global warming. We can look at the most recent place that just went through global warming. So if we look back at Chicago, and this is like around last week, I'd say about Tuesday or Wednesday. But if we look back, so we know the temperatures around Virginia, it's pretty warm around right now. So it's springtime, right? So I say about 90 to 80 degrees. And that's a pretty fair temperature, right? So a couple of states away, it usually is the same. Chicago should be like 80 to 90 degrees. Well, not last week. Last week, it was actually snowing. I think it still may be snow there, but from what I heard, it snowed, I think about 9 inches in Chicago. Now, my question right now is, why is it snowing in Chicago? How is this even possible is the question, because I don't understand it. And it just doesn't add up. And it's all caused by us as a human from global warming. And I know I keep saying this, I keep emphasizing it, but it's true. How else does snow come in the middle of spring? Seriously. Like January, I think it was like 80 degrees one day in Virginia, and it was just weird. The next day it went back to 20 degrees. Like, what is this? Chicago has snow, for crying out loud. And Chicago's not the only problem. It's not just US that's going through global warming. It's the whole world. The ozone layer, atmosphere, everything is going through global warming. Look, there are glaciers in Antarctica breaking apart. Polar bears out there. And this is affecting living organisms out in Antarctica and just anywhere going through this. I just said polar bears. They look like stray cats out there. It's pretty bad. They look like stray cats. They look like they haven't eaten in weeks, and they look like this because they can't get any food. They can't hunt for their own family. They can't do anything because everything is melting apart where there's no ice to walk on. There's no main land for them. It's just all pieces and bits of ice on this big ocean. So now they're part of the ocean. Now they're no longer a predator, they're a prey. And this is not the only problem either. If we look at the Gulf of Mexico, we can see that the sea level has risen, and it's pretty bad. It's really bad because when the sea level rises, this increases the chance of a flood, and this creates storms and just more problems, and it's just all bad problems after another. So this is something we have to stop, and this is something you can do today. So something as simple as turning off the electric. It's not that hard. For example, you go in your room, you're in there for 5 minutes, you have the light on. That's fine. But then you leave the room and then you're gone for 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes of power that's supplying to your house. You see, it's power and fuel. And it's this energy comes from a factory, and this factory, it takes a lot to pump the watts, to pump the electric to come to your house. It takes a lot. So you just leaving that light bulb on costs a lot with it. So don't think that just leaving it on because you're going to come back to the room. Just turn it off. It's that simple. Just turn it off. It's not hard. And if you just have a bad habit of turning it off, there are alternatives. For example, you can get a light bulb. Get a light bulb. Environment efficient. They have light bulbs like that. Better ones, brighter ones, darker ones, whatever you like. And another thing you can also look at is solar panels. They really help. One, they lower your bill. Who doesn't want that? So you're not paying as much electric bill as you did on your last bill. And then two, you're helping the earth out. Double factors. Why would you not want to do this? Your bill is lowered. You're helping the earth. Do I need to say more? No. So let's move on to the next point. So the 3 R's. Now you heard about this in 2nd and 3rd grade, maybe middle school or high school. You heard it all your life. And you kind of it just goes over your head. You know, you pay attention to it sometimes, but you don't on all this. But 3 R's. Let's go back over it. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So we know reduce. So reduce the amount of energy you use. Turn the lights off. It's not hard. I just said it. And if you don't turn the lights off, switch the light bulb out. What's so hard about it? Anyways, reduce the light bulbs, reduce the amount of energy you use, amount of screen time you have on a computer, reduce all of that. Reuse your water bottles. So if you're using a water bottle, say you just bought an Aquafina water bottle, and you just drunk it all. Don't throw it away. Wash it out. Use it again for a couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. Water bottles have expiration dates, so you're not gonna get sick from it. And then recycle. After you finish drinking that water bottle, just recycle it out. It's not hard. It really isn't. So, thing is, question is global warming really bad? At the end of the day, it is. There's no pro to it. There's nothing good about it. I'm like, if you can name me one good thing, one real good thing that global warming has done for the earth, I would like to know, because I don't think there's one good thing. I probably know it's not one good thing. But this is a book called 6 Degrees by Mark Linus. And in this book, he basically breaks down what happens. So, and I quote, he wrote, 2-degree rise will constitute a point of no return. After 3 degrees, Greenland's ice sheet would disappear. And listen to this. As with Amazons and deserts, and even across Southern Africa and American Midwest, things would just clear out. It just looked like a desert. It looked dried out. We would dry ourselves clean out. So the question you have to ask yourself today is, do you want to change? Do you have an end goal? What are you doing to help